Hannah. How are you doing?
Doing all right today. How you doing, Claire?
Good. How are you holding up in quarantine?
Oh, it's been a journey. I think we've all had quite the journey, quite the grieving, and then the joy of little shenanigans we found during quarantine. The pause to reassess, and also just the actor scramble to figure out how we're gonna make it. But
Yeah. So you were part of Indigo's production of Fishkin Trousers, our pop-up play in the
mhm.
pub, which was in 2019, which, full disclosure, I directed and worked with you on. And it was a delight, a particularly challenging show, I think, for you,
Yeah.
that you really rose to, I will say. But one of the cool things about that show is your character had this sort of very specific scar on their face.
Yeah.
And we started working on the show, and you're like, I got this. I know how to do this. And a lot of actors obviously learn how to do makeup over time. They always have to do it for their own shows. But this is a very special skill as an actor. So where did you learn how to do this?
It truly all started with Halloween. My family went all out. Like we had full graveyard. We had animatronic skeleton bands. We had like ghosts that would like whiz by on tracks. And so I, as someone who could do none of that, but I had to rise to the occasion of at least having like some bomb gross makeup. So add to that, then we started working for local haunted houses, my father and I. And so then I learned through just being there and being around him and being around other people who were doing it, how to work with like very little materials in order to create disgusting, disturbing looks. I have to say, most of what I know comes from YouTube these days. Like, have you
Mhm.
noticed that all of these adorable middle schoolers have a perfectly made up face? No one went through what we did. I don't know if you were a person that tried to do makeup, but
Oh
it was
yeah,
horrendous.
I wore silver
Glitter everywhere.
eyeliner for like just, or no, silver, not eyeliner, it was silver eyeshadow for I think all of freshman year. It looks really
Oh,
good with my braces.
I love it. I know. I was super goth for a while, so
Oh,
I had a teardrop. I didn't know that meant. I just thought that meant you were sad.
well, as a goth, you probably were
Very, very
very
emotional.
sad. I
Emo.
love that. I totally agree. I have some really cool hobbies like crocheting and embroidery. Yeah, and YouTube is like an amazing resource.
Yeah.
I've learned everything from videos on YouTube, so I totally get that. That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah. And I'm always super honest with students too when if I ever am teaching makeup and they're like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, you know what? I don't either, but let's look on YouTube right now. Let's not pretend like we don't all have phones in our
Yeah,
pockets and we'll utilize this resource. And
totally.
then
I
we
think
look it up together.
I love that. Um, so during quarantine, obviously, I know that I am personally wearing a lot less makeup because no one's seeing my face in any form that isn't a little bit fuzzy over a screen. Um, but you've had some pretty interesting opportunities to wear makeup. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Sure. Some of it is just out of the need to express, because isn't that what makeup basically is deception and expression. So I got inspired to do this makeup look. I had this gold leaf that I was using for arts and crafts, and I was like, I wonder if this is safe to put on your skin. And after a nice Google YouTube research, it sure is. And then so I developed like a makeup look around that. And I also had this material left over from a Cleopatra costume or something. It was like gold snakeskin something something. So I made a very useless mask out of it. So I had this whole like gold makeup look that I did just for fun. But for money, I've been as like a side hustle, kind of getting through the quarantine. I've been doing a Snow Queen Zoom meeting. So I've been doing full uh, copyright Disney looking princess
Mm-hmm.
face makeup with a lot of eyelashes. It's a lot of purple shadow. It's, some like very light pale foundation. It's a pink lip. Lipstick sales are down, in case you were
Yes.
wondering, in makeup.
So if you dress up as the Snow Queen, you go and
Hmm.
visit children
Yeah.
in their homes that via
Hmm.
Zoom.
Sure is. So it's nice for some parents right now, many are frazzled with the amount of time that they now have to, care for a child that they are used to having in school, or to be with the nanny, or so even just, you know, the 15 minutes of having them sit in front of a screen and like have something exciting to look forward to, it's a great thing to bribe them with. It's a nice thing for them to sit and sing along to some favorite songs and talk about favorite characters. And it's been, some of the calls I've done have been very like sweet and emotional, and like people who are in hospitals, and it's been like a bright spot in their week. And to be able to like interact even at all with someone on that level has been important and
I love that.
kind of touching. Yeah.
And if someone were to want to employ said Snow Queen to meet their child,
Yeah.
where would they find more information about this?
They could go to my Instagram, which I think is my name, HANNA dot Gaffney, Gaffney. And if you scroll down, there's a little blue picture that has this adorable little cartoon of me as a snow queen that Jenna Rogalski made, which is just adorable. And that has information on like pricing and on my email and stuff like that, so that you can give me a holler and we'll see if we can schedule a time. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks so much, Hannah. And we'll have a few photos of your work after the video if people want to check them out. Or if you would like to hire Hannah to be your very own personal snow queen, we'll have that info too. So please do. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.